Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we are going to learn how to install an operating system in our VMware, and specifically we will be using the Linux distro which is called Mint. Without wasting time, let us just dive in and do this very fast. Open your browser and in the search bar you type Linux Mint. Then you'll be brought this page where I will be seeing the first link. Then you click on it. It will direct you to this page where I'll be seeing the Linux Mint 2022.3, which is a Zena variant. We'll go on and just click on download. When you click on download, we'll be brought this page where you can read about the installation instructions and so on. So we'll just go on and come to this area and click on this download button under here. When you click that download button, that will direct you to this page where I'll be seeing the download information, specifically the ISO information, which is around 3 GB. So this is a very lightweight ISO operating system, and it is very good or ideal for those systems with low resources or those older systems that are still using hard disk. We'll go on and just scroll down to start our download. When you scroll down, you'll come to this section where I'll be seeing the location and the mirror links. So you'll be very, very observant. If you're running a 64-bit machine, as you're seeing here, you'll specifically come and specify your location depending on your country. So for my case, I'll just select this world and I'll be using this mirror link to download my distro. I'll go on and I come on this and I click on it. Once you click on it, it will start your download. So I'll just come here and I click on start download. Depending on your internet, your download will just complete in a few minutes. Once your download is complete, I'll just close this and then minimize my browser. Then go ahead and open your VMware Workstation by double clicking on it. When you open it, you'll be seeing this area where I'll be seeing different cards where we have create a new virtual machine or open a virtual machine or connect to your remote virtual machine. So for our case, we'll just come here and create a new virtual machine. When you click on it, a installation wizard or a setting wizard will pop up and it will be asking you what type of configuration do you want. I'll go with the typical since it is the one recommended, and I click next. Then on this area, I'll just come here and choose I'll install the operating system later and click next. When we reach on this page, you can specify if you have downloaded a Ubuntu Linux distro, you can select Ubuntu, or if you have downloaded a different Linux distro, you just come here to other Linux 6.4 based kernel. So I'll go with this since I've downloaded Linux Mint. Then I'll click next. On this area, you can name your virtual machine anything you want, but since we will be using this in future, I'll just name it as web server. And then here also you can browse the installation location, but I'll leave it at default and click next. On this very next page, they will show you to specify your disk. So we have two options. There is split virtual disk into multiple files. This works if you're having disks around 512 GB and below. It is very okay, but if you have a very large disk, I recommend to go with the first option for splitting that. disk as a single file. So as you're seeing here, they say if you're having a large disk, this option of split virtual disk, it may reduce your performance. So I'll go on and I choose store a virtual disk as a single file since I have a large disk. Then here they specify the space you want. Because our operating system is very light, that is why it is choosing 8 GB, but we'll just advance this and select 20 GB. So if you have downloaded the Ubuntu distro, it will by default to select 20 GB. Then I'll click on next. Before us clicking finish, we have to first customize our hardware. I'll go and I click on that to customize my hardware. So as you're seeing here, my RAM or my memory is very, very less because I've downloaded a Linux distro which is red. But of course, I want to give it some good specification such that it runs smoothly. So I'll come on this scale bar and I increase my RAM up to 4 GB. So it depends on how much RAM you have. If you have around 4 GB and you have downloaded this distro, you can leave it at 2 GB minimum. Or if you have even higher memory, you can always put it on 4 GB because that is enough for a distro, for any distro of Linux like this. Then I'll go on to the second option, which is processors. As you're seeing here, we have two options. We have number of processors. Those are the physical processors that your machine has. When I come here and if you want to check the number of physical processors that your machine have, you can just type Windows button R and then you open this run edit and type dxdiag. Then you click OK. So after clicking OK, if you're opening it for first time, it might prompt you with some question. So you just click yes. When you come here, you can see that this piece of mine has 4 CPUs, 4 physical CPUs. So that is very okay. Some CPUs can have 2, 4, 6, 8, depending on your machine. So if you have a really enough number of physical CPUs, you can allocate resources depending on your machine. I'll go ahead and I minimize this to go back here. So since we have 4 processors and we are running a light distro, I'll just come here and I choose a single physical processor for my machine. And then on this option where you're seeing number of cores per processor, this means that this will only get that one physical processor and then divides this into simple virtual processors. So we'll just go on and choose 2. What we are doing here will be dividing our one single physical processor into virtual processors. So technically the machine will perceive this as 2 separate processors when we are running a single physical processor. So after that, I'll go into this area where we will be installing our ISO image, which is new CD/DVD. So if you select that area, you'll be seeing different ways of installing the operating system. So I'll just use ISO image file since I have downloaded mine and then click browse. So depending on your download location, mine is located in downloads and I'll come here and I click on it to open. So after selecting your operating system, you can close this and then finish. So when you finish, you can come here. As you're seeing, we have options of starting our guest, or you can simply just come here to power on virtual machine.